All right, we're live. Hopefully, wait, let me turn that down a little. All right, if you're the first on, let me know if the sound is okay. I've been having a lot of trouble lately trying to set this up, and I don't know why, but it seems like it's more trouble lately trying to live stream, and I don't know why. I was trying to make it easier. So we're live. I was trying to do this a little bit earlier tonight, but better late than never, if anybody's even up on a Monday night. So, I don't know. We'll see who logs on, and maybe we'll do a little Q&A. Hold on. You know what? All right, there we go. Stream is continuing. Okay, so I guess nobody saw the first minute and a half because it was on private. Now it's on public. That was because last night we were trying to figure this out for 6 hours. Hi, Trini. Did you get a notification? So, yeah, hopefully everything... Does everything sound good? Does my sound good? Is it too low or too high? Everything's good? All right, good. Like I said, I spent way too much time trying to get the sound working, and then the video went out just a minute ago, so I don't know what's going on here. Hopefully this doesn't interrupt the live stream. But again, I was trying to be on here a little bit earlier, but just didn't happen that way. I just woke up not too long ago, about almost 2 hours ago. Didn't get much sleep, and that is because I did a live stream earlier today instead of going to bed. But yeah, it was worth it. So the sound's nice and crisp. Sounds good. All right, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and test this stream out and do a little Q&A. If you guys have any questions or if there's anything we want to talk about. I did my live stream earlier where I opened some packages on the main channel, and I talked a little bit about the the ebook bundle, which what did I just do? I shared with you guys. It ends in just a couple hours, so if you guys are... What did I just do? There it is. Okay, if you guys are looking for something like that, hopefully we still good? We still good? All right, something like that. Let me make this a little bigger, and then a little bit littler. Nope. There we go. So yeah, this is a bunch of the ebook stuff. Where did the other one go? Oh, here it is. And I just want to give everybody the chance to get it if you want it. My sister bought it today, but it's for $50 you get 60 ebooks for the value of $1,300 here. Let me see if I can move this out. Right there. And it looks like there's only 3 hours left to get this. Here's all the ebooks, including mine right there. We got Cheap Lazy Vegan, who shouted me out earlier today on Instagram. Apparently, I'm one of the first channels she subscribed to when she went vegan. So that's cool. I asked her to be on the show too, so I'm waiting to hear back. But yeah, tons of different ebooks, recipes and fitness and all kinds of stuff. So huge value there. I guess I didn't really even look too much at it when I first joined it, to have my ebook part of it. Brian Turner has a book here, until I realized the absolute value of all of these. So if you're looking to go vegan, or you're already vegan, you're looking for recipes or fitness or whatever, perfect way. And I got the link below this video right here if you guys are looking for that. Anything like that. I just want to let you know because it's over with in just a few hours, and no longer will it be up there. Yeah, it's right in my description right here, and let me just put it right here just in case anybody is interested. And if you have any questions about that, let me know. Other than that, moving on to the next. What's the next thing? Oh, I kind of mentioned this earlier in the live stream, but so this is the VHS tape that I got from my dad's house the other day. And let me read to you what's on this. The first day of school, fall '96. That would be my brothers. My brother's going to school, and my sister. At that point, I was living in Florida, so they made this tape for me to send to me because they hadn't seen me in a long time. You just got here and you weren't notified. Well, I'm glad you're here. Did I get enough sleep? Probably not. I only got about 4 hours, and that wasn't all together. Had an hour earlier, and then another 3 just now. I passed out. I passed out. I was watching some TikTok on my phone, and I realized I had passed out with it on, just playing over and over. And I woke up and it was dark, and I'm just like, all right, turn it off. Went back to sleep. Woke up at about noon. No, just kidding. It wasn't noon. It was around 10 o'clock. Fed the dogs. Fed myself, and here I am. Well, I made a smoothie, and here I am right now with you guys. All right, the next thing on here is the New York State Fair. This is back in 1996. My dad was recording everything. And there's a video on here of Brian, my brother Brian, and John, and they're playing their guitars and singing back in when they were like 14 years old, 14 or 15, somewhere around there. So I want to do a reaction video with John. Put that on my computer, and we'll do that sometime because it's pretty funny. I don't know if you follow me on my Instagram account, but I posted a few clips from it the other night on my personal Instagram. Trini was telling me earlier there was an explosion down there where she lives, like right down the street, and it's all over the news. I haven't looked at the news or anything, but on YouTube it was all over the news this morning down in the Baltimore area. Oh, is Vegan Gains live right now? I need to get a hold of him. He doesn't have Instagram. I don't know the best way to get a hold of him because I'm not sure on Facebook which account because there's a few Vegan Gains accounts, and I don't know. The last post was like last year, so I don't know. Oh, actually, yeah, I could probably get a hold of him through my friend Maria. Or Anne-Marie, not Maria, Anne-Marie. Meat Free Athlete. So I was also saying earlier today that I'm going to start more Twitch. There's a couple of games I want to play that I've been looking at, and those are zombie games. It's a perfect time of year. We're almost into fall, and although it's not getting cooler, it was in the 90s today here. It's really hot out. Oh, and before I made my smoothie and came up here, I was outside with the dogs looking up at the stars. I love looking at the stars, and right over here in this area right there is the Big Dipper. But yeah, I love looking at the stars. I took a bunch of pictures last month, which was just a couple of weeks ago, of Neowise, the comet, which we won't see again for a very long time. We're all going to be really old when it comes back, but we should definitely have like a vegan potluck get together when it comes back. And I think 6,800 years, so I'm looking forward to it. The other thing is, I guess, I don't know, is anybody talking about this? But yeah, there's aliens. The government has admitted that there's evidence of aliens, and they didn't say it in those words, not to alarm anyone. And with everything going on in the world today, it kind of got overshadowed. But back on July 24th, they said that there was they started releasing footage, which they admitted were UFO. And UFO could be anything. It could be it's just unidentified. But they also released a statement saying that they had a craft or a vehicle that was not made on this earth. And I guess technically it could be made in space, like the space station, but I don't think that's what they meant by this. So yeah, there's evidence of aliens and nobody's really talking about it. So what do you guys think about that? So we might be using their technology. We might have had this for a long time and using their technology for, everything that we do today. I mean, everything from like a smartphone to whatever. Wow. I'll tell you this story too. My dad, when I was younger, I would always ask my dad about aliens and UFOs. We would talk about space and the stars and Carl Sagan. We would watch Cosmos, and I had so many questions when I was a kid, and my dad seemed to have all the answers. Like, he's my dad. And I asked him, like, what are there aliens? He goes, well, we don't know. Maybe, probably. And I'm like, well, when are we gonna know, Dad? And I was probably like, I don't know, 10, 11. And he said, well, I'd say by the time you're 20, we'll know for sure. And I'm like, all right. And me not forgetting anything on my 20th birthday. Oh, he bet me $50. I'll bet you $50 that by the time you're 20, we'll know if there's any extraterrestrial life out there. I'm like, okay, all right. And I didn't say anything again until I turned 20. And on my birthday, the first thing I said, all right, Dad, pay up. He'd be like, what? I'm like, you owe me $50. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you told me when I was little that when I turned 20, we would know for sure if there were aliens. We still don't know. And he laughed. I didn't make him pay me, but anyway. But here's what I'm thinking. When I was 20, it was 1996, which was the year that they filmed this. That's when I was 20. And it didn't happen. But maybe what I was thinking is maybe he wasn't so wrong. Maybe it was, when he said 20, it was 2020, the worst year ever. But we found out that there's alien life. Just a hunch. Or just deep thoughts. Deep thoughts on a Monday night. Oh, it's now a Tuesday morning, 12:01 a.m. over here on the East Coast. Way east of the Rockies. Let's see. I visited my dad on Saturday. And I told him, I said, Dad, we got to do another video because people have been asking about some more stories by Dad. And the particular one that I asked him to tell that you guys were asking me, I don't remember which one of you guys asked me to do that, but his story about Art Garfunkel, of Simon and Garfunkel. So I got to find a time. He doesn't see. I always go out there when it's too late. He's all tired and ready for bed, and I'm like, just waking up for the day, So I need to get over there a lot earlier, and capitalize on those stories, stories by Dad. An alien, but it's possible cryptic, but it's all cryptic, isn't it? A fake alien attack will be our next war. Don't doubt it. The alleged government document, including interview with an OBE. No. Happy 2 for Tuesday. We got some tacos coming today later. I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. Maybe. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock there in Colorado. Alien banana. I like that. Cryptic banana. That's the cryptic part of it. You're really an alien. Alien banana. I do, Sabrina. I do. Actually, I have a whole... Well, I don't have too many of them, but I have a few videos on here of my dad and they're pretty interesting. I have another one that I haven't edited yet. I'm saving it. I want my bank full of dad stories to be at least have one in there ready to go before I get another one, because they're timeless. Like, it's, we did it a while ago, but I can put it up whenever. He did tell. I have one on here of it's funny and it's interesting, and it's about how the president gave him the finger. I'll just leave it at that. Go look for it. It's funny and interesting. Yeah. You're just going to bed? Wow, Stacy, going to bed so early? I'm just kidding. Well, actually, it's early on a Tuesday morning, but sweet dreams. Hope the aliens don't get... No, I'm just kidding. I got to do a live... Well, I don't think he'll do that. I've asked him before. I was going to say, why don't I do a live with my dad? He doesn't want to do that. Did Rachel get a cool birthday cake like the Gizmo cake? No, the Gizmo cake was like a special thing. We didn't do that. That was last year. Probably the most amazing cake. The ET was probably second. My favorite, but I think the Gizmo one was even a little bit better than they're both amazing. But she got an ice cream cake. She got an ice cream cake. Vegan, of course. Bobby and Tristan. Parth. Does my dad still have wine? I don't ever see him drink. He makes his own wine. It's funny because he has all these bottles and he makes his own wine, and he's been doing it for years. And he's always making these. He'll put pictures on his computer, and he'll print them out and he'll cut them out and he'll use that as like a label. And he made all like wine bottles for my brother's wedding. These little wine bottles with all these pictures of them and stuff. And even though I don't drink, I took one, just because we all got one. And I'm like, I'm going to save this. But my dad, he does stuff like he'll drink he drinks beer. Okay, so he'll always have a beer. But he's very. This kind of goes hand in hand with that alien story I told you. But he's kind of weird with the beer because he. That's not something that I would think. He mixes it with I think Pepsi or Coke. I don't know how that tastes because I've never had beer, but he seems to think it's good. He'll take a beer and a soda and he'll mix it together, and that'll be his drink for the night. He likes it. My dad and his wine. My dad making his wine. That would be a fun video, wouldn't it? For some people. Yeah, mixed beer with. It's either. I think he likes. I think he prefers Pepsi over Coke, but I don't remember. Beer with Coke is normal in Germany. Oh, okay. Well, maybe he should go over and visit Germany. Parth says it's gross. I don't know. I can't speculate on that because I don't know what beer tastes like. And I haven't had soda in a long time. You mixed your mom's beer with juice. Beer is so gross. Lord knows why I love kombucha. I've never had kombucha either. Linda's not a drinker. Coke and rum. I guess that's kind of similar. Beer and lemonade is a shandy. Heineken Zero. No, probably not. I don't know. I don't even drink energy drinks or the last thing I used to drink. This is probably over more than 15 years ago. Was the sparkling grape juice. So I was told that was like wine, but not non-alcoholic, whatever. To me, it just tasted like sparkling grape juice, like kind of like a almost like a carbonated soda thing. I don't know. And then I would have that on like New Year's or something. But I have since stopped drinking anything like that. I guess I'm more. I don't know. Maybe not. I guess I'm more focused on the health than having a satisfaction of something like that. And I know that's not for everybody. I'm not saying that you need to be healthy 100% of the time, all the time. Because, I mean, we all know, like, I indulge in probably not the healthiest comfort foods, once in a while. So, somebody got timed out. Shandy and Trinidad. By the way, Trini's name is Trini because of Trinidad. What did people normally think you're Trini for? Yeah, I drink water. I'll drink juice. Like not store-bought juice, but like fresh juiced juice, and smoothies. And that's pretty much all I drink. Once in a great while, I'll have some tea. I never had coffee in my life. I don't drink sodas. I don't drink energy drinks. But right now I'm actually craving water more than my smoothie. There's beer filtered with reverse osmosis. There's reverse osmosis filters too for water. And that contains B vitamins. Wait, Trini's not your name? Catherine is shortened to Trini, I think. I haven't heard that. That's almost my mom's name. I don't know. More stories. I think I'm storied out already. Is it time for some Twitch? Trini is not your name? Let's give everyone a wrench. Is anybody here? I know we only have 30 people watching, 32 people watching, but is anybody like very knowledgeable on real estate and house buying and selling and all that kind of stuff? Fun fact, I got my real estate license a long time ago. Back in 97 when I moved back home from Florida, I went and I got my real estate license and I realized I don't want to do this. So that was my first step in doing something for myself, for my future. So that I was like, nope, not doing this. So then I started looking into financial advisor, and then I'm like, nope, don't want to do that. And then I'm just like, I guess I'll just go to college. And I went to college. So, but that was a long time ago, and I don't remember half of the stuff about it. And I never utilized that license either. It's probably long since expired. Does anybody know? Because I have a question. I will drink bottled water, but I'm looking for something more sustainable. For a while there, I had that big glass glacier water, Icelandic water, in one of those dispenser things, which is way better tasting and for you. Yes, water has taste. Did you guys ever what's it called? Down to Earth with Zac Efron. It's on Netflix. It's definitely worth watching. He goes to all these different places around the world, and one of the places is water, different waters and everything. And there's so many different kinds, and some of it sells for like $1,500 a bottle. I want to get a filter, but right now I need a whole new sink. My whole sink is it's connected to, when I bought the house, it's connected to what is it? Food disposer of thing, and it broke a couple years ago. So yeah. See, I always fix things based on priority, like how high of a priority it is, like where I need to allocate funds and stuff, and it's like, it's still good for now. I don't need to do this, but I'd like to get a whole new sink and put in a nice filter for it. Mineral water from your tiny hometown. Oh yeah, I have one of those spray thingies on the sink. Growing up in my parents' house, ours never worked. And then I bought this house. I'm like, oh my God, it works. Psh, psh, psh. Hey, Indy. Psh. And it still works. It's not as fun as they used to be. I still use it every day, though. When I get up in the morning, when I get up at night, now in the morning when I'm up all night, then I like to clean up the kitchen. It's like clean up the kitchen, water my plants, feed the dogs, go to bed. Anyway, this was my question about the real estate. I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this. I think it's kind of weird. I understand both sides, but still, I don't know if it's unethical practice or what. But anyway, I was looking. I'm not looking for a house, but if there was a house that is like my dream house or something like that, then I want to go look at it and see if maybe I could, if it's something that I really wanted and it was a good deal, like this house that I was looking at was, then perhaps I would move forward and try to buy that house and sell this one, or rent this one and buy that one, or something like that. So I found one that wasn't, and I wasn't even looking for houses. And this one came up and I was like, wow, this is too good to be true. Had a lot of land on it. The neighbors weren't close. Great for the dogs, for plants, for doing videos, maybe even, utilizing something like that in the zombie movie, or, but yeah, it was like a great deal and everything. And, when calling the real estate, person to get, just a tour, they started asking all these questions like, oh, we're only going to show houses if you're currently, you have to go get, approved for a loan and all that and do all. I'm like, well, I just want to look at it right now to make a decision to see if I want to go forward with doing this. Because I'm not looking at any other houses. But that one came along and I wanted to look at it. Like, is that the common practice? That if I just want to look at the house to make a decision, if I do want to move forward, that I already have to go look in and get it pre-approved for loans and go through this whole process so they know that we're not wasting their time and that kind of shit. Shit. I said shit. What do you guys think? Does anyone know? Probably not. Well, there's a certain realtor connected to this house. That's what I was thinking. Is this only because of the corona or not common at all? Okay, so yeah, I didn't think so. So yeah, don't get to see the house. But anyway, this house, there's got to be something wrong with it, but I don't know. It was selling for about what my house is worth. And the sales price of it, first of all, this is an amazing house. I'm like, how can this house be selling for this much money? And It's on 3 acres of land. It's just it's a huge upgrade. It's an all brick house too. It looks like a zombie fortress. Nice big sunroofs coming in to light the whole place up. Windows bigger than my car. And it was listed for, about $1.75, and its estimated value was over $500,000. $500,000, and it was being sold for like a fraction of what it was worth. So I'm like, there's got to be something wrong with it. But is whatever's wrong with it that bad that it can't be fixed and worth something? I don't know. Like, so it definitely would have been, I think, an investment depending on if I could check it out or not. So yeah, I know. It's nice hardwood floors. The rooms even had like ladders to go up to like a loft in each room, and I'm like, oh my God, I could do my videos in this room, and I could do this and this. I don't know. And like zombies wouldn't come. I don't know. Whatever. It looked. Winding staircase just to go up. I'm like, I don't know if any could make it up that, but it was like just to go up to the next floor. Just huge kitchen, and I'm like, I would sell this house for that house. Where is the house? It's not far from here. It's only 15 minutes from Syracuse. I'm about 10 minutes from Syracuse right now, but it's in the other direction from where I am. So it's about 20 minutes from where I am now. But it's right on. It's off it, like it's in a nice area where it's like it's away from like a lot of neighbors and stuff. But just right down the road and over a ways is the highway, just to get right back on it. Take you to Syracuse within 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. It didn't say anything about being in foreclosure. I read, after I looked at it once, I was like, oh my God, I want this. I want to go look at it. And then I looked at it again and again. I looked at it about 10 times. And on the 8th, 9th, and 10th time, I read every word on that website, because there was a couple of questions I had. I'm like, does it have a basement? Does the Alamo have a basement? And why is it being sold for a fraction of, if it was estimated at $566,000, but it was being sold for under $200,000. So I'm like, wow, what the? And it's been on the market for 19 days. I'm like, all right, well, I'll offer even less, and if they take it, maybe, I don't know. And it's exciting because John just put in an offer for a house, and it got accepted. Go check out John's video. Go to the city hall and dig. Is the city hall even open right now during this time? Carol, that's a good piece of advice. Thank you. What's a good way to lose weight? Well, for me, what I found is exercise every day. Cardio seems to be a good one, but cardio and do some calisthenics works for me. And eat clean. This is the hardest. The hardest part isn't the exercise. The hardest part is having the mindset to eat clean and not cheat. Because, I mean, I want to cheat all the time. I want to eat all kinds of food, but it's eating clean and don't overeat. Don't overeat. And that worked for me. When I first did this, like 8 years ago, I lost 30 pounds pretty decently, pretty quick. And that's all I did. I started eating really clean, all whole foods. Now, I found that, well, I went raw vegan when I did this, but I found that it didn't matter if you were raw vegan or not, but just make sure you're eating whole foods. Don't indulge in the processed foods and the sweets and all that. Just stay with the whole foods and exercise every day. That's what I did. So it's all up here. It's mind over matter. Stardressed Sky. Thanks for stopping by and have a good night. Terry, yes, that's what I mean. Like sneaking some food that would ruin my whole plan, my whole diet plan. But I find once I get to my ideal fitness goal, then I'm like, all right, then I balance it out again. So when I'm not, like right now I'm not. So right now I'm trying to get at my ideal goal, which I'm almost there. And then once I get there, then I can go back to like balancing things out. When I say balance things out, continue to exercise and I, this is what has worked for me. I'm not a nutritionist or a dietitian or anything, but this is what's actually worked for me of everything else. So when I get to that point, then I'll balance things out. Meaning, if I want to indulge in some vegan junk food, I'll eat it. But then the next day, I'll be like, all right, today I'm going to eat clean and maybe do a little bit more working out or something. But every day I work out. Every day I do something. Like right before I went live, I did 50 push-ups, and I'll be doing some pull-ups afterwards. So, and it was cold in here. I turned the air off, and now it's really hot in here. So, what are you doing? Get out of there. See, I gave him a little bit of it. Now he's over here. No, I didn't do a marsala sauce, but I do have I have a really good Indian dish. You're going to pay somebody to do push-ups for you? Strong heart vegan. It is hard. It's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing for me because I always want to eat something not clean. But it's all about burning as many or more calories than you're eating if you're trying to lose. Exactly, Terry. Someday maybe these aliens can engineer just like a little pill where you're like, oh, I'm ripped and strong and fit, and I'm gonna have a vegan cheeseburger and some pizza and a milkshake. Trini, thank you for that. Ooh, is that 666 upside down? Oh, just kidding. It's 999. Thank you for that super chat. Trini says, thanks for all you do, Chris. You're like a brother to me. I'm your brother. Okay. Well, fist bump. Bam. Thank you. Chronometer. Lena says Chronometer, which is an app. It'll tell you everything. And then there's Dr. Greger's daily intake. It's hard to eat clean when French fries. You can eat French fries. You can make a French fry as a potato. Just don't buy them from like a fast food joint and don't deep fry them. Just cut up a potato. I like to cut up the potato, and then there's a couple ways you can do it. You can either microwave it for a little bit until it gets a little bit soft, and then air fry it, or put it in the oven, bake it. And I usually use a little bit of apple cider vinegar to spray on there, and whether you're doing the salt or not, sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper on there. Boom, you got some French fries that are not deep fried. So. Yeah, I would always try to come up with ways to make things taste super good that were good for you. Like I would be making vegan healthy versions of like pizza, and I ended up making a lot of vegan ice cream with banana ice cream, and just using bananas and maybe a little bit of oat milk. Very good. Cinnamon or some vanilla protein powder or some cacao. Super clean ingredients that are good for you, that you're still feeling like, oh, I got I got some good food in me. I feel like I just cheated, but I didn't. They did a Lord of the Rings Zoom reunion on YouTube. I didn't see that. No. When did they do this? I know they did a Goonies one. Was it the same guy that did the Goonies one do the Lord of the Rings one? Smoked paprika is good on everything. You put it right on your cereal. No, I'm just kidding. They aren't really crispy even in the air fryer. I make them crispy in the air fryer. You just cook them longer. Did I tell you my Lord of the Rings story? I went crazy on Lord of the Rings when eBay came out, and I now own the ring, and I got a bunch of the swords. I got Sting, and they're all downstairs though. I put one in every room in the house just in case I ever get robbed. I can pull out a freaking sword. Anyway, when what was it? I think it was the Two Towers. When the Two Towers came out, I was living in New York City. For those of you that haven't heard this story, I'll just tell it real quick. I was living in New York City, and it was opening night, and I was very I didn't like to go out in public. I was like agoraphobic. I didn't like to leave my apartment. So I wanted to get there before crowds of people. So I was living with my my now ex-girlfriend at the time, and we went down to, I forget the name of the theater, but it was right down there off of like the Upper West Side-ish kind of area. And, got there early, got in line. We were the first ones in line, but we were in the wrong line, so we ended up being the second ones in line. We get in there, it was the IMAX theater. So we go up and we sit in what I think is the best seat in the entire theater for me, is all the way in the very back in the middle. That means I don't like it when there's somebody behind me. I'm just really weird. I was always like that in high school too. I was never comfortable if I was like in the front of the class or somebody was behind me. So I like to be in the back. So I get in there in the back. I'm like, oh, cool. Then everybody fills in and everything. And then the movie's supposed to start and it doesn't start. And people are like, when's it going to start? When's it going to start? Everybody's like wondering why the movie hasn't started yet. And then the whole cast comes out. Well, not the whole cast, but a bunch of them come out. We had Elijah Wood. We had Dominic Monaghan. I don't know if Sean Astin was there, because I probably would have been like, Goonies! No. Anyway, they all came out. There was a bunch of them. And they did a Q&A. And I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. We're talking to Frodo, and Elijah Wood was talking to everybody. And then some some D-bag in the audience asked the question. He says, when are we going to be able to see the movie? And Elijah Wood goes, well, F me. Boom, dropped the microphone and walked off stage. He got pissed. And then they all walked off the stage. And everybody was like, you're a jerk, to the guy that said that. We all had like a fan moment talking with the cast. They were all excited, talking back and forth, and this one guy ruined it for us. And that's my story. Well, when I said clown, I didn't want somebody to think that Pennywise was sitting there, or John Wayne Gacy or something. Yeah, Dominic was good and Lost. We got Drive Shaft. Everybody. Oh my God, he really rode with that. He took that way too far. He's like, yeah, I'm still famous, guys. You're on an island with like 12 people. Stop. I don't, Chris. I don't know. Chris says after a year and a half on a vegan diet, my acne is finally cleared up after 20 years. Is it normal to take that long? I was expect. Well, I guess it's different for everybody. I know a lot of people experience, because dairy can really be a big contributor to acne, and Brian Turner has a lot of really good videos on this because he had really bad cystic acne, and going vegan helped him out. He did take Accutane, but going vegan definitely helped with it. So I don't know, maybe it just took longer, but I'm glad that it finally cleared up. Dressed up for Halloween as an elf? Yeah, I like elves and I like vampires. I'd dress up as an elf, but vampire would be my first choice. It's what I am every year. And my teeth, I had really nice custom fitted vampire teeth that I got at the Scaricon, and what's his name? Horror Jack. It's in one of my videos. He'll make whatever kind, you can buy them, and then he'll take a mold of your teeth and he'll shape whatever kind of teeth you want. And I got just like just the normal classic vampire teeth, and I would wear them every Halloween and throughout the year just because. And a few months ago, I had the little, and I dropped the box, just a little tiny box with the teeth in it. I dropped it, and one of the teeth fell out and broke. So I only had one tooth. I was like snaggletooth. So I'm like, I need to get new ones. I figured, hey, you know what? I'll get them this year at Scaricon. And then all of a sudden, boom, COVID's like, no, you're not. You're not going anywhere this year, Chris. And neither is anyone else. So Halloween 2020, but I think people are gonna. I'm gonna celebrate Halloween. Well, I like to celebrate. I've said this many times before, but I like all the time leading up to Halloween. But then when Halloween comes, I'm like, no, it's finally here, and I don't want it to be here because tomorrow it's all gonna be over. In fact, before tomorrow, at 8:00 tonight, it's gonna be all over, and that's a very sad moment. So I like, all that time leading up to Halloween, because every day is like, oh, Halloween's coming. But when it's actually there, you're like, no. And then I hide. I'm like, I don't want people knocking on my door, so I turn all the lights off and I leave, because I don't know what to do. I'd rather be watching Halloween movies or Halloween party with some friends, maybe 3 friends or something. I always dress up. I'm always a vampire for Halloween. I'm no fun. I'm just always a vampire. It's the one time a year I can just be myself and nobody can question it. Yeah, pretty much has been Halloween all year. It's like, or April Fools, April 1st, all year. Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll do the scary stories again. I don't have any new ones since that scary story that I told. I've got quite a few of them, but I've already told them a million times. And since then, nothing really scary has happened. I know, straight edge, Belle. I would like that too, like the craft sales and everything, just people getting creative during Halloween time and supporting everybody, and just I ordered something cool earlier today. I got a really good deal on it, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but when I get it, then I'll show you guys, and I'm excited. It's something 80s themed, so you guys know me. I grew up then, and like a lot of you that did, well, not everybody. I know a lot of people that said they hated it, but for me, it was a very good time, so I like it. So I will, hopefully in like a week or two, I'll be able to show you what I ordered. Yeah, same here. I think everybody does. They watch the same movies over and over again. And maybe it's to get the tradition going, to feel like in the, the whatever holiday it is. Like if it's Christmas, a lot of people watch Christmas Vacation and Christmas Story and Wonderful Life and all these Christmas stories to get in. For me, it's like, yeah, it's to get in the spirit, the mood. And for me personally, it's like it's a feeling of nostalgia. I watched some I Googled some old skate videos from when I first started skateboarding, like in the late 80s, early 90s, and I watched a couple of them today, and just going through them for the first time in like literally almost 30 years, probably 25, 30 years. And listening to the music they were playing and watching some of the videos, it brought me right. I'm like, wow, just brought me right back. But I was looking for one clip and I ended up watching 2 videos. People are getting their baklava in the car. Yeah, that's no fun. You want to be able to. When are we going to be able to go out and walk around on this giant planet? There's enough room to walk around and not be near anyone. Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's my favorite horror movie. Wait, did somebody, we're naming vampire movies now. What movie should I watch? What movie should I watch on Halloween? I like to watch Night of the Living Dead, the original George Romero. Halloween is a good one to watch. There's a lot of them that I like for different reasons. Like there's horror movies that I wouldn't necessarily watch on Halloween, but then there's Halloween movies, like Halloween is a good Halloween movie. The original. Arsenic and Old Lace. My mom used to do dinner theater plays, and she'd actually both my parents did it, and they did that one, Arsenic and Old Lace. The Witches. There's so many witch movies. I'm pretty sure I saw it. Yeah, I saw that. They're doing a remake on that. Hocus Pocus. That's funny. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is the it's a witch movie, but it's also before it was a witch movie. It was a skateboard video that I watched back in. It was from 1989 or 1990, and that's what I watched earlier today. Hocus Pocus was the one I was looking for. So yeah. Werewolf movie. I love werewolf movies too. Yeah, American Werewolf in London, The Howling, Silver Bullet. A musical zombie? I don't know. A musical zombie. I still haven't seen Zombieland 2. And then what was that other one with Bill Murray in it? Not Zombieland, but the other one that I wanted to watch and never saw it. What's your favorite werewolf movie? I love the 80s movies. They're cheesy, but there's a certain, Salem's Lot's good too. There's a certain element to them that they just can't recreate today. Like today everything's like jump scare to try to scare you in like the worst gory possible way, and it's just not the same. Zombieland 2, I'm gonna have to watch. I wish I had. I'd watch it right now. Just want to kind of chill and watch some zombie. Yeah, the CGI. The CGI, it doesn't. I mean, the CGI. Don't get me wrong. CGI is good in certain. There's certain things where you don't even know CGI is playing a part. You know, I mean, you're watching Game of Thrones, and you got this huge medieval. That's all CGI. But like when it does like a dragon or something, or like I love I Am Legend, but the zombies are just they're all CGI, and I try not to think about that part of it because the overall movie is really good. But yeah, I liked when they would do like Tom Savini style doing special effects, visual effects, not special effects, not visual effects. Where they're finding ways to make werewolves change. He started to write a werewolf story script in 2009 about a local wolf legend. But I need a co-writer. Boom, right there you go. I started writing a zombie movie in 2009. I called it The Vegan Zombie. I've been watching The Handmaid's Tale. Messed up. I'm on season 3. Oh, I didn't. Oh, did Cryptic leaving? Good night, Cryptic, if you're leaving. Yeah, I missed that. Big Trouble in Little China. That's a really good movie too. Oh, Cryptic's working on Aliens in the basement. I'm just scrolling up. The Great Outdoors. That's whenever somebody has a hot dog, I think of that movie. And you know why? If you saw the movie, you know the raccoon part. It's with John Candy. Great Outdoors. Good movie. I haven't seen it since I was little me. Clue. I'm scrolling up and reading some of the ones I missed. Shaun of the Dead I love Shaun of the Dead. It's an amazing one. Like I have like a list of favorite zombie movies. That's one of them right there. Shaun of the Dead's really good. Yeah, Friday the 13th ones were another one that I grew up with that were really scary back in the day that you can laugh at now. Kevin Bacon was in the original Camp Crystal Lake. And what's his name? Ari Lerman, the first Jason. He made a band out of it. Yeah, they're in a few different movies, Linda. Simon Pegg, because he did Paul, and also Hot Fuzz, and yeah, brilliant. Dream Warrior, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors. Tremors, yes. Who was in? Oh, and Flatliners. Flatliners is one of my favorite. What is who's in Critters? You guys remember Critters? Yeah, World's End. Still, all those movies, none of them compare to Shaun of the Dead. Kind of like I'm not. Simon Pegg's great director, and I think he wrote it too. I don't know if he wrote it, but it's kind of like M. Night Shyamalan. Like, none of his movies compare to The Sixth Sense. Tango and Cash. I remember watching that when I was little, and there was one part where he looks I forget which one's Tango, which one's Cash. It wasn't Cash Sylvester Stallone, and Tango was Tango Kurt Russell. I forget, but anyways, he's looking at him, and he's like, "Who's this guy think he is, Rocky or Rambo?" And it was like, "Yeah, it's Sylvester Stallone. He is Rambo." If you guys know what I'm talking about, you probably know Rex Vegansaurus. Was what based on a book by Roald Dahl? Fire and Ash, great zombie book. I'm hoping to make my movie into a movie, but then into a book or a comic or something. We were talking about that the other night too, but that's something I always wanted to do, but can't do it while I'm working on the movie. So I was actually just thinking of that when you said it too. When John Candy eats the 96er, the however many pounds of steak or whatever. The Thing, yeah, I like The Thing. Kurt Russell. Did they do the remake already, or are they still working on it? Yeah, the full-length comic. I'd be able to, like, the movie, I have to make it on a very, very low budget. So the potential, if there was an unlimited budget, would be if I could put everything up here into a movie, it would be amazing. So, but a comic, you could draw those scenes that you can't really shoot a movie of because they cost too money. Easily draw those, illustrate those. So it would be, the vision would probably be there. The element of most of the scenes would be there in the comic, but there's still a lot that the movie has to share. And I actually was talking about that with Elena the other night, and she said it seemed like she liked it. I wish I could tell all of you guys, but that would be giving it away. We should do a Patreon only where I tell you guys. No, can't do that. Alien, I loved Alien. Yeah, The Thing is scary because, when I was little, my friend's dad was telling me, like, yeah, The Thing is an alien, and it could be anything. It could be that table right there. I'm like, oh my God, anything could be The Thing. Oh my God, like my dog could be The Thing. That's pretty scary. What scared me when I was little? I remember I wasn't allowed to watch scary movies, so when I would like sneak downstairs and grab glimpses of a scary movie that was on before my mom would come turn the TV off, I remember seeing some scary things. I remember Damien, the Omen, and I remember a scene where somebody fell through ice on a ice skating pond, and he was just looking down at him like all Damien-like, and it was scary. I'm like, oh my God, and I remember thinking like, is he okay? He's not okay? He's not okay? And I was always afraid to go on a pond because of that movie, if it was winter, Amityville Horror, when the window comes down and that kid's hands. These are the originals I'm talking about, because the remakes, although the remake of that was pretty good, it didn't scare me. But as a kid, I was scared. The remake with Ryan Reynolds was pretty good. The Others was good. I'd have to see that again because I saw that in the movie theaters when it came out. In fact, I was in a movie with Nicole Kidman. I was standing like just a couple feet away from her. Like in my head going like, that's Nicole Kidman, but in reality I was just going, big deal. But in my mind I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I like talking movies too, if you guys can't get that by now. The part where she noticed the creature sleeping right on the board and she has to change to get... Oh, are you talking about Alien? See, Alien's scary because they take an element of just complete horror. It's like a sci-fi, which is awesome. It's set in the future, and they're in the middle. There's no way to be saved. You're on a ship in the middle of deep space, billions of miles from any life, and there's a creature on the ship that is so evolved to survive and kill, and they have no idea what it is or how to kill it or what. And it just, and they're it's like playing hide and go seek on a ship that they can never get off of. That's horrifying. It's really scary. I love that movie, Alien. The whole Alien franchise I like, and Prometheus. And that movie was made in the 70s and super, super good. That was one of my dad's favorite scary movies. I think he told me that when he was little, though, his most scary movie when he was a kid would have been the original. I think the one before, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's the one before Donald Sutherland, which was still really old, of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And he would tell me about it when I was little, before I ever saw the movie, and I was like, oh my God, that's so scary. Don't fall asleep. But I don't think these are scary movies today. I like to watch them for like, hey, this is, back in the times, this was a great movie. It still holds up to that, but it's, yeah. Alien's a great one. Did they capture? Yeah, they were trying to bring the alien home to Earth to study it. Did you guys see the movie Life? Ryan Reynolds was in that for a short time too. That has a nice twist ending to it, and it's newer, like the last few years, and it's kind of creepy. It's kind of scary. Yeah, The Children of the Corn was my first horror movie I ever witnessed. And I got in trouble. The other one that I remember seeing as a kid that I would torment my little brother with was The Hand. I think it was called The Hand, right? The Hand? With Michael Caine. The Hand. What year did that come out? The Hand, 1981. Michael Caine. It was The Hand. And I guess he was like a writer or an artist or something. And he had his hand like hanging out of his car when they were driving. His hand got chopped off, and he was like, and then so he was like, I guess if I remember right, I haven't seen it since a little kid, but I think he was like, depressed since he couldn't use his moneymaker, his artistic hand anymore. But that hand, like, it was like possessed, and it came back and it would crawl around like the Addams Family, and it would kill people. And I would be like my little brother, and I would like run up to the the foyer of the stairway, looking down to like our basement and family room was a lower level, and I would look through the gates and stuff. I go, oh, Pat, don't move. He's like, what? And I'm like, don't look now, but the hand is behind you. And I'd run upstairs, and he'd be like, no. And like, I did that. I was like the big brother that did that. I always loved horror, and I loved scaring people. I loved being scared, and I loved scaring people. So I would do anything I could to scare people. I had all of the little kids in my neighborhood. I was a little kid at the time too, so we were all like my neighbors and my younger brother's friends and everything. I had them all believing a few different things. First of all, I had them believing at one point I was a werewolf, and then I had them believing I was a vampire. And then one day I found this. It was like, I didn't know what it was at the time, but it was like this, those garden gloves that are like thick rubber, like with like these black, like speckled things all over them for grip. Well, I found one of those gloves with all the fingers cut off. So they were only like half fingers. And I was like, oh my God. And I had an idea because I had just watched Nightmare on Elm Street. So I put that glove on, and then I had all these like Swiss Army knives and jackknives and stuff for Boy Scouts and stuff. And I put all those knives in like the knuckles of the glove, and I'd have them up like this. So all I'd have to do is go like that, and all the knives would be like this. And I'd be like, oh my God, I think I'm turning into Freddy. And they'd all like, oh my God, you're not lying. You really are. And I had so many creative ways to scare my neighbors. Kids my mom babysat, and Billy Zane plays a good villain. What are we talking about? Titanic? He plays a good villain in Titanic. The Boat. I don't know. Let me Google that. Is that like? Oh, that reminded me. Have you seen? Is it Ghost Ship? The Boat. Let's say The Boat. 2018. The Boat. Ah, no, I haven't seen that. Is it good? You know what I liked? I haven't found too many good horror movies. In the last 5 years or so. But there's two that stand out. Well, there's a few of them, but there's a lot of them that just aren't that good. But one that I actually liked, just a great atmosphere to it, and I liked it. It was The Autopsy of Jane Doe. And the other one that I thought was pretty scary for being a low budget, and just, yeah, out of all the horror movies they make these days, I thought it was scary. It Follows. Those two I definitely recommend. And then some other ones that I like, I just like the cinematography and the storyline. Let Me In and Let the Right One In. Now there's two of them. The original is, it's, what is it? I think is it Swedish or it's not, it's foreign, but I like it. It's the best one. It's better than the English version, which is Let the Right One In. They're both really good, though. My mom must have been, I'd get in trouble a lot. She never caught me. I was good about doing it when I wasn't able to be caught. But I would still, they'd complain, and I'd get yelled at, and I'd be like, I did not. All right, I just looked it up to see what it was, but I didn't read anything about it. I'll check out The Boat. Is it on? Oh, it's on Shudder only? I had Shudder for a little bit, and then I got rid of it because there wasn't really too much on it. I got it so I could watch Creepshow, the new Creepshow. But I don't have it anymore. The original is Swedish. Yes, I got it right. Speaking of foreign movies, also, I really like Troll Hunter. Was that like Norway? Norwegian? Yeah, we could talk movies all night. There's only 2 hours left to get that ebook bundle right now. I only said that because I'm looking at the timer. There's a little timer going off, and it's OCD looking at the timer, you know. Asian films, Train to Busan. You know what movie was really good? Actually, you saw it, Trini, because I recommended it. I had no idea what it was going to be about, but like, wow, it's subtitled, amazing cinematography, and really unique storyline. Parasite. It's nothing like you would think. You think Parasite, oh, it's got to be like some monster. It's not. Just watch it. It's a good movie. I wanted to play P99 tonight. Maybe I still will. It is pretty late to get anybody to go on there and join us on Twitch, so I don't know. Perhaps. Right now you got me wanting to go check out some horror movies, but Yeah. Yeah, see, Parasite, amazing. Yeah. Definitely. It won a lot of awards. Super good movie. I don't like telling people that movies are super good though, because I find that when you tell somebody a movie is like so amazing and then they have such high expectations, even if it still was a good movie, then they're like, oh, it wasn't as good as I thought. It was okay. But I find the movies that people say weren't good, that I'm like, I just kind of want to check it out anyway, and then I watch it, I'm like, wow, that was a good movie, because everybody thought that it just wasn't good. Oh yeah, the meteor shower tonight. My dad was telling me about that. Did anyone like the new Pet Sematary? I didn't like it at all. They changed a lot of things about it too. That was a movie I don't think that they needed to redo. Oh yeah, what I was going to say about CGI, like for instance, when I watch E.T., you guys all know E.T. is my favorite movie, but I don't like to watch it too often. So I like to watch it like maybe once every couple years. So I get the real nostalgia when I do watch it. Otherwise, it kind of dumbs it down for me, and I lose some of those really cherished feelings that I have about the movie. So I don't want to watch it too often. But they went through and they remastered E.T. with CGI. And we all know that George Lucas did that with Star Wars and kind of ruined it a little bit. And Steven Spielberg realized this when he did it, that he may, I think he said something like, he may be stealing away some of what we remember from the movie. And he didn't want to do that. So he allowed there to be the original version and the remastered version, unlike George Lucas that changed everything and you can't find the original versions anymore unless you have it on Laserdisc from when it first came out, which my friend did have. That's where I first watched, I think, was it Empire Strikes Back? I think we watched on Laserdisc. Anyway, I don't like seeing E.T. in CGI. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look real. And I think they did an amazing job, the original, when they had animatronics and robotic operators making like 32 people operating his face or something like that. Like, it was perfect. There was no reason to do CGI. And they also took some parts. So I guess Spielberg says one of his biggest regrets about the film was, and I understand why, but I still like that he left it in the original. But when the feds were after Elliot and E.T. and his friends, they had guns in their hands. And nobody really thought anything about this, back in the early 80s when we watched it. We were like, yeah, they were the bad guys and these guys were the good guys trying to save the alien. E.T., their friend. And Spielberg said that he regretted that like all the time, that he had police officers, armed with shotguns and pistols drawn on kids. So he went in and remastered it, and he put walkie-talkies in all their hands. So if you watch the remastered version now, you won't see those guns anymore. Oh, Billy Zane and Deadcom with Nicole Kidman. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to let my dog downstairs. Go. If you need to go, go. Go. I think he wanted to drink some water, and I have the cage door open, which he should be fine because I let him out and fed him before I started this live stream, so he's just being a pain right now. Knives Out. I liked it. Yeah, that was kind of weird how the dad did that, but I don't think he knew at the time. Knives Out was good, and what was the other one that I recommended? It was the what was it called? The something of the night, Calm of the Night or something. I can't see any of the thumbs up on this until I end the stream, so I have no idea how many thumbs up we got going here. We got 44 people watching though. Crossroads with Ralph Macchio. I don't remember that. Oh, they're coming out with Knives Out Part 2? I really like that movie. I would like to watch another. The closest movie I can think of like that would be Clue. What was the other? There's another movie that's kind of like that, just very vaguely like that I recommended that was pretty good, but I already forgot the name of it. Where this girl inherits money from this guy that dies that she was taking care of. I forgot the name of it. Quiet Place, when the dad dies, you felt it was unnecessary. Apparently he didn't die. You're talking about John Krasinski? They're coming out with a part 2 where apparently he's in it. From what I heard. Do I watch YouTube channels that talk about movies? I used to. So my favorite YouTube channel, which I have to admit, at the time, for probably 9 years, I watched every single video they ever put out. But I got to say, I'm a little bit behind now. I haven't been able to watch them. But it gave me a lot of inspiration because they started their channel right at the same time I started my channel, and I started watching them. It's called Film Riot, and they show you. I just like seeing how they grew from like absolutely nothing, kind of like how my channel did, and they would just basically learn on their own and teach you how to make movies, like the pros, but do it on a budget and do it like for nothing pretty much. And they used to also do movie reviews. They stopped doing that, but I watched a few of those. But it's been a while for the movie reviews, and I don't know, like it gave me. I had different like ideas and stuff that just never panned out. Like they had like a little crew together that they all loved making movies, and anytime a new movie would come out, they'd go see it, and then they'd talk about the movie, and then they'd do an effect from the movie and tell everybody how to do it on the cheap, and. They just had a really good humor, and I've always supported them. When you see some of my posters downstairs and stuff, those are posters I'd buy from them. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched them. They ended up making some really quality like movies, so they've made it really really good. So I've used a lot of their advice and. Teachings to do a lot of the things that I did. I'm in one of their episodes because I sent in like a submission of something I did. This is way back. This is probably 10 years ago. So in the very early stages of the Vegan Zombie, maybe even 11 years ago. But yeah, I used to watch them all the time. Makes me want to watch them right now. But what was I even saying there? Movie reviews. Oh yeah, so I had an idea that I wished I had friends like they had, because, well, it was, two brothers, and then they'd have, a few friends that would all help them, that all loved, they all had a love for making movies, and they'd be, I thought I could do that. I'm like, I'm going to start my little zombie crew production company. I'm going to start the Vegan Zombie, and I'm going to get a bunch of friends together, and we're just going to do this. And I found that it was so very hard to get anybody to help with anything. For a while, it was just me and John, and it was even hard to get John to come over to make the videos just because he was busy with other things. So, I had, there were a few videos I did where everybody came together and we did stuff, but it wasn't regular. And I was like, oh, I just wish I had people that we would just come together and make videos and, and then talk about it, go see movies together. And I love seeing movies, but I haven't been in the movie theater, even before the COVID happened, in a very long time, just because nobody kind of stopped doing it. What are we talking about here? I'm just rambling for a long time. Everyone thumbed up? Wow, thank you guys. Welcome time. Never found out what the light was on the couch. Wonder if I ever will. Yeah, the commentary on DVDs. Actually, I bought one today. I bought E.T. today, not because I'm like I've already seen E.T. a million times, but it was a good price. It was like $5, and I'm like, all right. On the back it said 3 extra hours. I'm like, ooh, have I seen all 3 hours? I want to see that. So I think that was a good $5 right there. My least favorite thing about the movie making process, probably, well, you can do a lot. You can do a lot with your friends to a certain extent, but as far as like my movie, I would say the financial part. In order to do what you really want to do is get the funding and find the right people that actually truly want to help you and not take from you, and not doing it in like a selfish way, but do it in like a everybody come together for the love of making a movie. Right now, I just hate that there's not really many people that I can make movies with. Maybe I'm just in the wrong area. Ooh, yeah, that would be like the opposite of me. I would never go to a movie alone. I don't like going places alone, for the most part. I like John Carpenter, yeah. There's a light on my shoulder? Oh, in the video. Yeah, E.T. definitely makes me tear up. When I originally saw it, I cried. And I was so ashamed of myself. So I watched it again, like a week or two later. I knew what was coming. I'm like, I'm not going to cry. And before I knew it, I was crying. I know, seriously, Lena. West Hollywood. Well, I mean, I'm getting a producer that lives out there in LA that is going to be working on the Vegan Zombie movie with me. So Willy Wonka makes you cry? The original Willy Wonka? Well, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Well, Robert Smith says boys don't cry. So I didn't. No, heck, it was 1982. I was 6 years old. Younger than you are now. Times were different. I was a man at that age. No, I wasn't. It's funny because anything would make me cry when I was little. I thought I was such a baby. Like, I would cry at anything. Yeah, I would cry. And now I can't cry even if I try. Did I see that? Altered States? I gotta Google it. Did I see this? Altered States. 1980. I'd have to see a clip. I don't know if I saw... Oh, wait a minute. I think I did see parts of this. Huh. I don't recall any of it, but I see a screenshot that is looks familiar to me. So I don't know. Like I said, I used to catch different glimpses of movies and stuff, and The Cure never lies. Robert lied. I got a couple dogs licking behind me right now, and I can't concentrate. How much animal involvement in movie is required for you not to want... I don't think there's like a scale on that. I don't know how you can really value a scale on that. I mean, you know, I know that they used the horse in the Never-Ending Story, and you know, I watched that, and it's one of my favorite movies. Yeah. I don't know how to answer that. Not Altered States? What are we talking about then? Simon's got to be a vampire. He doesn't look like he's aged much. Robert, on the other hand, there was a movie that I don't know what it is, but I can kind of speculate. When I was little, I remember seeing like a scary scene, but I don't know what it was. And there was an albino guy, and then there was a snake, a big python by a red curtain. And I think maybe it was like a James Bond, but the part I saw was pretty scary. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a bad guy in a James Bond or something. I think we figured that out later on, or I don't know. But the one movie that I'm still trying to find what it was, I still can't, and I've asked so many horror fans and people, and we can't find it. And it was a black and white movie, so I don't know. Maybe someday. Ooh, a castle in the mountains in Europe. Yes, please. What about a movie where the main characters are talking animals? Like, what movie would that be? Like a CGI one? Real animals? Well, right off the bat, that would probably be a movie I wouldn't be interested in anyway. I just can't. I mean, maybe when I was a little kid, Mr. Ed, I used to watch Mr. Ed when I was like real little. The one based in the Carpathian Mountains. Ooh, we're talking about Dracula's Castle. See, they don't need to do that these days because CGI can do that for them. No, I was never interested in Dr. Dolittle. Some movies I'm just not interested in. I don't know, something like that I want to be. The new Lion King isn't real animals. But I never saw it. I only saw the cartoon. I got an itchy nose. My nose is itching. Well, guys, should we cut this stream short? Well, that's not really short because it's been an hour and a half, but we'll end it. Yeah, I mean, today they can make anything look realistic. The video games on the PlayStation 4, and from what I've seen from PlayStation 5, it looks like you're playing like a real movie, like a character from a movie. Everything looks real. Why does that sound familiar? Into the night. Oh, is that the airplane one? Journey into night. Okay, yeah, guys, it's really hot in here. I gotta go turn the air on. I'm like starting to sweat. So we'll do this again soon. Yeah, I'll do my Wednesday live stream. I think I'm doing something on Wednesday, but it'll probably be later, Gator. All right, yeah, we'll do that, and I will. I need some more water, so we'll see you guys soon. And yeah, maybe I'll go on Twitch. Let me give me a little bit to go do some things, and then I'll be back on Twitch. If anybody wants to follow me over on Twitch, we'll do some EverQuest. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and talk to you soon.